Hey, hi, how are you? So this is kind of fun. I am about to watch the live broadcast of Good Night and Good Luck on Broadway. I didn't realize it was at the Winter Garden. That's so wild. It makes me curious how that set is. It made me, this is such a tangent. It made me think that it was in like the same, like the Lyceum Theater kind of vibe, like a lot smaller. But nope, they're all out for this one. But yeah, it's live streaming on HBO Max and I'm gonna watch it, and I kind of just thought that I would share like my initial impressions of it. It's all geared up and ready to go. So yeah, I don't really know much about this besides it's an adaptation from the film. I never saw the film. I'm going in with an open mind, and yeah, we'll see how it is. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, I'm back. Wow. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty cool. So it kind of started, I think we got the live broadcast a little bit too late because it's typically airing on CNN, but I was watching on HBO Max and it kind of like came in halfway through the intro that Anderson Cooper was giving. Let's get into like the commentary of the show here. Flat out, very impressed. I thought that this was a really good adaptation of the film. Granted, I probably shouldn't be saying that because I've never seen the film. Didn't realize it's been 20 years since the film came out. I knew that it was based on a true story and about Ed R. Murrow. I think I like watched like the first 15 minutes of the film, but then lost interest, unfortunately. Now I really want to check it out. So I kind of just like threw up my thoughts very quickly, and I'll share with you right now. It was funny because I was thinking, I feel like this is like a pretty big deal. Which it was, because apparently this was the first live theater performance that was broadcasted worldwide. I found that quite surprising. I thought that we had other worldwide broadcasts, but I guess this was the first, which is okay. Wow. The set. Oh my God, the set. Hello. That was intricate AF. Scott Pask did a really good job of like figuring out the balance of like showing the, you know, the live feed that was going on stage when George Clooney's character, Moreau, was doing the live broadcasts, along with the archival footage that was actually broadcasted on the program. The fact that he was able to balance showing that footage while also showing the broadcast network set, I thought he approached it in a really smart manner. Yeah, it was just like really cool to watch how those transitions were done. I thought right off the bat that the balancing of sound was a little bit off, but granted, it's like, what do you expect from a live broadcast? Of course, there's gonna be sound issues. So I kind of like let that go a little bit. In terms of performances, I thought it was a really strong ensemble. The thing that I found so wild is that like when it came to transitions, they had a live band and a live singer. Like they started off with a song, and then you realize as the show goes through that during certain transitions they would sing, or you would see like an interaction with the singer and the band members, which made me like so curious if that was in the movie and if that was something that was linked with the news program, the original news program. The way that Pask kind of put them on a pedestal up in like the high house right corner, I thought that was really interesting. Just having that element was like a nice little, I don't know, it felt like a breath of fresh air a little bit, like kind of gave the audience a little bit of a break to relax a little bit before we went back into the nitty gritty. I thought George Clooney was, I mean, how could you not? It's George Clooney. He gave like a really good example of like how you can still give strong emotions on stage while also being still. I think he makes a really good balance of that, and I think he did a really good, I believe this is his Broadway debut. I say good on him for being able to kind of like transition from TV and film over to theater. Not a lot of people can do that, which unfortunately brings me to Ilana Glazer. I don't know if she was scared or what. Ooh, someone's in trouble. But she seemed so stiff and just seemed so blank, which I was like, how is this possible? Like, she is one of the best comedic actors of all time. How is she not Like, I have always, like, I thought that she would be a bit more emotive. Is that a word? I just expected a bit more like emotion and energy, not along the lines of like Broad City and her comedic stuff, but like just more so of like, I don't know, I felt like she was just too still and she looked absolutely terrified. So I'm curious if anyone has seen it live, if she seems more comfortable and whatnot. But I just felt like she was so stiff. It made me, I was like, I know you can do more. I wish she did more, but I digress. Clark Gregg, I did not realize that he was in this show. He's like one of those actors that seem to be in like every movie, film, theater performance. Although I don't know if he has any previous theater credits. I could be wrong. I thought he was absolutely lovely. The character that he played was absolutely heartbreaking. I just thought he did a fabulous job. He's one of my favorite actors. I can't help but be partial. I can't give like an unbiased opinion per se. What I also found really interesting when I was kind of like doing a quick check to see what else I can find out about the play is that George Clooney helped write the play. I thought that was really interesting. But what I really loved was David Cromer's direction. First off, being able to like figure out a way to show like the live broadcast sections and wanting to show like the archival footage at the same time. Like, of course, I thought that was brilliant. It seems like using live video is a common theme for this season on Broadway. That's very interesting. But there were certain moments where there were like chaotic sections in the show, which is, you know, justified because it's in a live broadcast TV station. There were just like moments where people are talking over each other, and when everyone is like chaotically getting to their places to start the broadcast, it just made me so curious of like how they staged those moments. Like, how did he go about it? Like, did that happen organically? Did he literally plan out everyone's track on where they're going to go and what they're going to do? Those seemed absolutely wild, and I don't know, it just made me so curious. Something that I found really impactful was the ending, because they kind of do a bit of like a Brechtian documentary theater moment a little bit, where George Clooney's character gave a big speech, and midway through that speech, a video was projected, and it showed all these videos in rapid fire of like big moments in journalism and news coverage on television. I mean, it's very much a timely show to do right now with the political climate and basically like the fear of journalism, the suppression of journalism, people wondering like who is actually telling the truth, just like the massive amounts of conspiracy theories being thrown about. And you see this whole video collage of news clips from the 1950s all the way to the present. And of all the freaking clips they show at the very last is Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute. And that was just like, girl, oh my God, work. Yes, it was impactful. I mean, how could it not? I just love how they completely like broke the timeline and everything to go about that. I thought it was just so smart. It really like takes you out of the story and everything. And even George Clooney's character says like, what are you gonna do about this? And he even like stares you down in the camera even. It was a really strong ending. Yeah, I just thought overall it was a really good piece. Of course, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, I really want to see this live. And I found out it closes tomorrow. It literally closes before the Tony Awards. So missed that chance. I hope it's available to watch in the future. It looks like it is available to watch again on HBO Max at least. What a lovely treat. I really wish that the theater community did this more, to be honest, like just making theater more accessible to people. Oh, the other thing I found so interesting is that this was aired on CNN and not CBS. So I was like, what's the tea with that? I just thought it would be like an interesting like full circle moment with Murrow working at CBS. Anyways, but overall, I thought that this was like such a lovely example of like what we can do to share live performances more often, you know? Like, yeah, we get pro shots and everything, and those are scheduled and they come out in like high quality 8 months to a year later or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's nothing like it watching live. You know, it's like those other live musical broadcasts that were happening for a stint, like all the way back from Peter Pan with Mary Martin. However, those are all on like a set. Those are all on a television set. It's not a live theater. I think it's fun doing like a live performance. Why not? Why not film a live performance and air it live? Like, that's what theater is. Theater is live. Come on now. Give us what we want. I thought tonight was a very lovely treat. I hope this does start a trend, honestly, for more live theater performances being broadcast. Overall, I thought it was a great production, and I think it's really cool that this piece was shared in this wacky time of life. So I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, feel free to give us a little like. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this show or if you watched it. What did you think of it? Tell me, tell me, tell me. And if you want to join the community, feel free to subscribe. May you be happy, healthy, safe, and at ease, and free from harm. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.